All right, so we're live. So we're doing a little pre-show segment, special. We're gonna roll on the paid banner first, and then we'll do our whole regular intro and stuff.
Here we go. You
Lucky,
go first. You go first. I'm scared.
Are you ready? Lucky, you ready? Okay, I'm rolling. I'm gonna hit the button right now.
I'm staring at my button. I'm sweaty.
Okay, I hit the button.
Mom spaghetti.
We're rolling. 30 quartz I paid for. CE. Oh, hey, it's an extra copy of Verdant Sound of Destruction. Do you always feel bad when you get a 4-star CE right away?
Yeah.
Hey,
oh god, people keep telling me they're getting Drakes.
Got another copy of
4-star
Projection?
CE?
Yeah, it's 2 4-star
okay.
CEs. And I actually need another copy of Projection, I think. Oh, hey!
That's
my third Fragments of 2030.
What?
Yeah!
I've only got one, but also I've gotten like 6 copies of Kaleidoscope, so... No, 5, so I'm like, eh.
I really wish I had a second Kaleidoscope. No
Did you get
servants yet, all CEs. Is it
The
literally
CE
going to be the
good.
last one? Just got a couple 3-stars. A little bit of lag, but it doesn't seem to be... it's a servant, so...
Gasp.
It's a gold card.
I can't handle this.
It's a caster.
Huh?
Oh, it's waiver! Ooh, that's very nice. Now maybe I don't need an extra Kaleidoscope. So I got my very own waiver, and we're still rolling.
Nice.
It's another servant.
Oh, what'd you get?
It's
If you
a
get 2
silver
SSRs,
caster.
I'm gonna rage quit.
No, it was just a silver caster. It's another Paracelsus.
Good old Hohenheim. I'm
Alright,
super
there's another
sweaty.
self-Gia scroll. I think I got enough. I got all the self-Gia scroll. I should really counter this. Hopefully this is entertaining. Don't worry, we'll probably edit it down, folks. It's another silver
It's
caster.
like it's a live roll video. It's a live roll without the actual.
Without the
feed.
video, yeah. I got another
Yeah.
Paracelsus.
Another one?
Yeah.
Heck.
And now my phone's gonna go dark in a second. I got a Battle of Colin Hill. I
plug in
think
my
that's 10. Is
Oh,
that
so
10?
right.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, final results. We got 2 Hohenheims, 1 Zhulang Elmiloy 2 Self-Gia Scrolls, 1 Battle of Camelot, 1 Mana Compass, 1 Verdant Sound of Destruction, 1 Projection, and 1 more copy of Fragments of 2030. Let me dial my sound up a little bit so we can hear Waver introduce himself. I've got Caster EXP saved up too.
I'm ready.
It's gonna come in really handy. I mean, like there were others I would have been like some writers I would have been happier about, but still, like Waver's just so good.
He is so good. Now I know I should be rolling on knights, but my heart tells me to roll on cavalry. So here we go. I'm gonna hit the button. Now, I'm loading. Foe is running. Shit's about to go down. There's the Camelot shield thing. Let's see what I'm gonna start with. I'm starting with a CE. Got a Battle of Camelot. I am sad already. This makes me. This hurts. This hurts right here. Why? Another CE. Ryoji Temple. Okay, I see where we're going now. We're going with location CEs. Great. Fantastic. What do I get now? Ooh, a servant. Yeah. It's a berserker. Good old Kiyohime. Never leaving me the fuck alone. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Another servant. Oh, it's gold. It's a berserker. Please not Vlad. It's fucking Vlad. Literally the one. The one I did not want. God, why? Son of a bitch.
And that's all I'm recording. That's why I wanted to do this, folks.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Literally,
you never know.
I
You
would
make
have
it
been
double.
happy
You
with
got some more.
anyone. Yeah, I know my little... I can't even articulate right now. I can't even. Oh, wait. What's this? Who's this? Oh, it's a writer. Cool. Who is it? Oh, it's another Marie Antoinette. Hello, my darling. I think you're in P5 now.
Hey, more
Well,
prisms.
Uncle Vlad has upset me. Uncle Vlad has upset me, but I got a Marie Antoinette out of it. I won't be too mad.
It's good.
Like, people don't understand. Marie Antoinette was, like, my writer for, like, the longest time.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, we both got her, like, right away after, Orleans. Not before, but after.
Yeah. So I got me another fucking Vlad, MB2 Vlad, which is great. I guess. He's level 1 right now. I know he's like he's like, you know, for art single target berserker, that's your man, but I haven't done anything with him yet. I'm probably not gonna for a while. Ugh. Now see, now I gotta fucking roll on Da Vinci's banner. Because I need something.
You wanna have a roll on Da Vinci's banner? We can do that too. I was thinking about it myself. I am 6 quarts shy of 180, which would be 6 pulls, right?
What is like a Zooga loop? Well, as I said, let's get the show started. And then...
Then maybe we'll do some more summons?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I think my phone wants to plug in anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. So now we're here. We're going to do it for real. And I would like to remind you, before we get started, that this show is brought to you by our patrons like Miru. If you like what we do, and want to support us, consider backing us on Patreon. You can get episodes early and lots of other goodies. And it would really help us out. Thanks for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
And in case you couldn't tell, this is Let's Talk FGO, your one-stop shop for all FGO. I, Omega, he is lucky. Though, maybe we should flip that
right
today.
Now.
Then
but
again,
before that,
I
hope everyone is enjoying Fate Grand Order, a.k.a. streams are the new stall meta. And while we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EN versions of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers should go Excalibur a cake.
Which, if you don't get that, we'll explain that later.
Yeah, we will. It's a good story.
It is. So let's go ahead and get our first response out of the way, which is, where the fuck is Ron? Currently, he is not to be confused with Ron, with an H. Which, by the way, I find that interesting. I was looking at something else the other day. Apparently the original spelling, or at least the most commonly expected English spelling, is Rungomiant with a T. So I'm not sure exactly why we got Rungo Miad.
Rungo Miad?
Miad. It's Welsh.
Rungomiad. I'm not good with it, alright?
No.
Trust me,
Nobody's
try
good
my
with it.
hardest just not have to say it at all.
I think that's why it's usually shortened to Ron or Rongo.
Rongo. I can do Rongo.
Yeah, you can do the first syllable.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows me and pronouncing things. Do you want me to butcher this? Actually, people probably do, but guess what? I'm not giving it to you, so...
So let's jump from there, and let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, Mash, real quick, for some tips and tricks.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for Protips. So today, a little educational for you. Not all NPs are created equal. Remember to check what your NP actually does, in what order, because it can save your life. So, we've discussed this before, some servants do big damage versus certain trait types. Others don't get bonus damage per se, but they do an intrinsic buff beforehand, like Gil will do an NP strength buff. Da Vinci does an NP. Kintoki will do his
talking about
buff.
special trades like Robin Hood does bonus damage to poison. Brynhilder's does bonus damage to any server with the Brynhilder's Beloved trait.
Mordred does bonus
stuff
damage
like
to any Arthur, stuff like that. And some don't give themselves a buff at all, but instead they do what they call ignore defense damage, which ignores defensive debuffs. And this was just a conversation I had with people. It's always important to remember what does what and when, because that can save your butt in a hard fight.
Mm-hmm.
Eurali's popular, for instance, because intrinsically she does a bonus damage on her NP, which is single target to males, which is great. And then also her special effects can proc on males. Ta-da! So we got a male saber boss. She's real good.
She is.
So yeah, that's just our pro tip to just, double check what your NP actually does, and like I said, in what order, because some make sure to, some have effects which start before, some have effects which start after.
Yeah, don't forget to check the wiki. You usually have all the information there. Mm-hmm. Oh, my Marie's MP5 now. Yay.
Alright, so let's do Records from the Throne. I will probably we may recap, I don't know what just happened, but so go ahead, Lucky, you were done first.
Alright, so in the proper order, I have protected Nightingale's and Shutendoji's Smile. And when I say, and I'm changing how I do this. When I say I protect their Smile, it's not mean I got them to their final ascension. It means I got them to level 90 out of 90. Because more and more often I'm finding myself, I get to the final ascension, then I go somewhere else. And I have a lot of servants at 80 and stuff, so I'm no more of that. If I protect the Smile, it's because they are max level. Also, I just did my 30 paid on the guarantee gacha. I got Vlad, which I guess is good. He's now NP level 2. But he was literally the only person on the cavalry banner I did not want. I'd have been happy with anyone else. Oh my god.
So for me,
I am so salt.
Yeah, he's salty. I'm not switching that because that's just the Smile Protected joke is about their Final Ascension art, so I'm not gonna necessarily do that. But I got Billy the Kid's Smile and Rhymes Protected, Golden Nursery Rhyme. Been helping me a lot out in Camelot. And obviously you heard it at the top, but depending on how that gets edited down, maybe. But I got Waver. I did not fall prey to what happened to Lucky, where he got the one person he didn't want, and I got basically anybody else. So hey, now I have a Waver, which is great because oh my god, he's so useful. Crazy farming setups. Here I come.
I will say though, I did get my 5th copy of Marie Antoinette, and I know a lot of people aren't really sold on Marie Antoinette, but she saved my ass early game, and so she's always gonna have a special place in my.
She's good. Oh, also, in case you didn't hear, I pulled my 3rd copy of Fragments of 2030. Now I can have a full lineup of stars. Who the fuck needs star generators? Alright, there's no All the World's Evil today. Let's jump into news. Because boy howdy,
okay.
In case you can't tell from what I'm sure is the incredibly long time, like we are almost 15 minutes in already, and we are just wrapping up the intros. This is gonna be a long fucking episode.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Strap the fuck in. Hold on to your butts. Please keep your tray tables in upright position and fasten your seatbelts. Because we got a lot.
In an event of emergency, my butt can be used as a flotation device.
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so number 1. We're gonna start in Japan for 3 of these in a row. So Dead Heat Summer Part 2 and 3 banners are up until 7/13. And I say this, pray for Japan. They've got this going on, and then they have an event which they've announced. We'll clarify. They've announced the next event will be Lostbelt 2. Then they've got the Anniversary, and then they've got their new summer event right after. So pray for Japan and their wallets because, oh my god, it's real bad. By the way, for clarity, they have announced that the 3rd Anniversary Festival will be on 7/28th to 29th. So that weekend, basically. And then they have announced that Lostbelt 2 is coming sometime in mid-July, probably the 14th. And they have shown that Archer McChesticles will be the main servant, it looks like.
What's his name?
I called him Archer McChesticles because we don't know his name yet.
Oh, okay.
But he's got a big cannon, and he's got a little bit of a, showing he got his buttons undone.
I keep hoping it's John Paul Jones. It's probably not. That's my hope.
I personally am curious if it'll be Admiral. Could be. They're going to the Wandering Sea. There's gonna be some ocean stuff, I think, here.
Yeah, there is.
But also some mountain stuff and maybe some Ragnarok stuff. We'll see what the banners are like. We'll tell you all about it later when it actually happens.
This is a goddamn FGO story. It's gonna get crazy.
Deep breaths.
You can do it.
All right. English. 1st Anniversary Celebration. It was delayed a little bit. When more days than one, but they had a big stream at AX. And it was good. Yep. I think they delayed it because they got some real people there. In case you forgot or didn't hear the guest list. I think we said this last week. The guest list was Albert, of course, was there, our localization producer. Ayako Kawasumi was there. But Mr. Shiokawa was there, the creative producer. And Ayako Kawasumi is the voice of Artoria Pendragon. As she says herself, curse you translator for saying Ultria. And God, his name has completely left me. Guess what? By the way, also another thing we should point out to the people who didn't know, we literally recorded this right after the panel, so we have been with the community talking for like an hour and a half already, or so. So we're probably a little goofy. We'll try and keep it together.
Oh my god, I want to know what his name, because I fucking love this dude now.
Satoshi Tsuruoka.
Yeah.
Who voices
this guy was
Rash,
amazing.
Caligula, Gills, and Spartacus. So he does a lot of people.
It's like,
We'll talk about how cool he was in a second. But that was the actual guest list. They showed up. So obviously they put some effort into the production. And That said, the stream was delayed like 30 minutes. Our Discord chat really died. I felt
Now,
like
to be
dying
fair,
with it.
I understand this because I said I went to the FGO panel at SoccerCon, and it took forever to get everyone seated.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
it
a
was
slow trickle of people in.
It was the same thing. Like, people
And-
on the panel floor were reporting, hey, you know, they're trying to get everybody seated. They were, like, at capacity and had to cut it off, which means I think they had to start, like, turning people away.
Yeah.
So, obviously, there was a lot of delay in the logistics there.
Again,
still-
I think people are sort of like, some people are underestimating how popular FGO is.
But still, like, it's when you're the stream audience, that's still like, oh my god, what is going on? Because you have no idea.
But we say that, but Axe has been really pulling out all the stuff. AX has been pulling out all the stops for like promoting FGO. There's been banners everywhere. There's
We'll mention that a little bit later, I think. Well, that was a bullet point in called the Free Talk, but we can say it now because holy shit, FGO is everywhere. It's on the shuttle buses. It's on the fucking buildings. It's in banner ads in the actual venue. FGO is big, guys.
Yeah, I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but yeah,
so we'll get to there.
It's fucking huge.
And then, of course, the stream actually started, and it started with chants of Albert, Albert.
I kind of wish they chanted hamster.
Well, he's got his little hamster hat on. So that was cool. And then he brought out... it was a little confusing at first, because Shiokawa-san did... Satoshi and Ayako Kawasumi came out. I will say, this isn't in the notes because it's not a news-related, but the control room / camera team at the panel seemed a little unsure of what they should be doing some of the time. There were some lingering shots on graphics and some points where the camera was not moved to people who were talking. So, like...
I'm kind of feeling like it wasn't a professional film. A bunch of guys are like, yeah, I know how to operate a camera.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably like
the
AX room staff, or maybe worse, just some of the people from Aniplex, which would be worse, I think, if you're like, sure, we can position a camera, we've done this before, and they're like trying to talk to the control room and behind the back. Yeah, no, if they had a control room even, who knows. But they brought out, and so they showed off some stuff. Apparently, if I understood the translation correctly, Rio, who does the art for Let's Learn FGO, or Let's Learning with Manga, or Learning More with Manga, does special arts for like all the different prefectures and stuff where celebrations are. So there was a special one for AX and the first anniversary in America. It's fucking great. You should all look it up. It's Gudako, Mashu, and Artoria. Well, two of them are holding Da Vinci at gunpoint for bags of Saint Quartz, dressed as cops, but Artoria just has coffee and a donut, which Ayako Kawasumi pointed out. And there's a giant, like, fake grand
actually,
order
if I remember correctly, they're actually selling that as a playmat down at the Aniplex store at AX.
That's cool.
So
but yeah, no, it's fucking great.
It is great.
And then they did the line readings. They picked only one for each person, which was a little sad, but it was the ones you expected. Mm-hmm. Kawasumi read out Lancer Artoria's NP line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which of course naturally went into Tsuruoka-san reading out the full NP chant for Arash's NP.
Oh man, that man sold it.
Yeah, no, he's real good at that. He's done that a couple times, but he stood up. And the most important thing I want to say, his showmanship was great. At the end, he's finished the chant. There's a little bit of hubbub, but he tells everybody silence. He puts the microphone down, and then he, like, you could tell him he's, like, summoning up the strength from deep down and just belts out without the microphone. Still audible to the entire room. Just the Stella!
And you can still hear it. It was like, man.
No,
that man has worked on his lung strength.
And then there was lots of Stella chanting, and he left for a bit, because he died.
I know, and we were all like...
Guts.
Oh, the man's great. I fucking love him.
No, he's
handsome too.
He's real cool. He's got a lot of showmanship, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people, I think, in like a subreddit and stuff, are like yelling at Albert to stop making people go louder. I personally, I think that's just the nature of I said this in our live chat. I think that's in the 3-ring binder for con events. Is you always ask the audience to be a little more enthusiastic when they were at first, right? Just to keep everybody hype. But like
I think there's level between
neither of the Japanese guests seemed bothered by this. Like I said, Tsuruoka-san was like, he kept pointing his finger like, yeah, more noise, bring it up. So, like...
He's definitely a man who lives on the energy.
No, I think they appreciated it. Like, there were times...
Yeah.
It's a little hard to tell, because obviously there's a little bit of a language barrier, but there was a lot of genuine emotion. Like, there was a lot of, like... They weren't necessarily scripted.
Oh, yeah.
You
can see it in the voice actors' faces. They were, like, amazed, like, many times.
They were so happy. Well, I'm sure it's, like... This was, like, one of their few times in the U.S., so I'm sure that's always, like... That's gotta be weird, right? To see something that you know is big in your country, where you do work, but you go to a whole nother country, and then there's, like, FGO ads everywhere, there were supposedly a lot of FGO cosplayers there. Not just Fate stuff, but specifically FGO characters. And, like, here's this packed panel... cheering, happy to see you. Like, no, that's great. Then, like you said, Shiokawa-san came out, the creative director for FGO Project. He had some real announcements.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, hey, you guys remember we probably mentioned it? They're doing this, I don't know, Fake Red Order Duel miniatures game thing that they're going to release in Japan. Only they're also going to release it in the US. First set is releasing August 2018, which I believe is roughly the same time it releases in Japan. And then our second set will be coming September 2018.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be blind figure boxes, which basically means I don't think you're going to know who you're going to get, and you're going to get the 5 command cards. But they're available for pre-order over at the Aniplex store for $14.98. By the time that this goes public, I'm not sure if they have fixed it, because I just tried it, and it's not working, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be available soon.
Yeah. So they'll be taking pre-orders. And before anybody gets in it, no, we're not gonna do anything with it yet because we live too far away. Maybe if they make a tabletop simulator mod, but no, if we can actually consolidate in studio, we would love to buy some boxes and open that shit up.
I might buy it just so I can add more like figures to my.
I mean, they're obviously they're a little minimal because they're short enough that you can play a game with them. I don't know necessarily what the scale is off the top of my head, but they're like. It's a miniatures type game, like a board game thing. So obviously, there's like size, but they're pretty good for their size.
Yeah, I mean, I got amiibos that I just have chilling on my figure shelf. Sit there. I'm like, I don't need you to play with anything. I'm just watching you because you look. Okay. So I might do that. I don't know.
All right, I'm staying strong. We got a lot to go. We got to talk about Camelot after this.
I believe in you.
All right, the festival. It's actually happening from 7/7 to 7/17, a whole 10 days.
Yep.
They're doing the whole thing. First, we get a login bonus for 7 days. First, you get 10 million QP. Then you get 100,000 friend points. Then you get 10 all 4-star experiences. Then you get 10, I don't know if is it attack foes? But the next two are foes. 3 stars.
Yeah.
Then on day 6, you get 100 mana prisms. And then on the 7th day, 10 summon tickets. That's right, 10. 10 big fat summon tickets.
So fat.
Yeah, so that's great. They've also announced the Anniversary Heroine CE, which has a commemorative quest. I haven't done it yet because it's like 5 pips, but we can get to it
eventually.
Later. Also, hey, most important, 3 times rate on Super Success and Great Success for all enhancements, and half AP all daily quests. For the
Are y'all ready to farm?
It's great.
I'm ready to farm.
If only it was also half AP on free quests. We're getting 14 servants are getting ranked up over this period, which I was a little surprised by. I thought it was only 7, but no, it's 14. I don't know who else in them yet.
I think we're starting with Robin Hood and Teach.
Yeah, something like that. Robin Hood, no, I'm a little short on Robin Hood, but I've got some Archer XPs, so I can probably max this, which is good. Teach has also got an interesting skill. I definitely have him max Ascension, don't I? Maybe. Who knows? The perils of rank up. But with half AP and extra success chance, I will probably be leveling out and doing a lot of rank up quests over this time period. Also, for the anniversary, we get a special anniversary banner. It involves several anniversary CEs, and Da Vinci is finally available for summon.
Yep.
And has a trial quest which has a summon ticket, which is great. We already done this.
Real quick. I'm gonna read out the rank up list of who should be on it. So it should be Robin Hood, Teach, Romulus, Mozart, Lancelot, Berserker Lancelot, Montahari, Martha, Caligula, Carmilla, Spartacus, Atalante, Eric's Blood Axe, Thenno, and Emiya.
Ooh.
Those are the 14.
Ooh, there are some good names in there. Lancelot, Berserker, Emiya, Atalante.
Yeah,
Carmilla. It's gonna be good, guys. We're getting places. Oh, I'm so excited for Emiya to be good. To be like a real good.
He's like literally the last one though, so you gotta wait.
Yeah. Also, it's only one of his strengthenings because he's got 2. So he's not super strong yet, but he's getting there. All right. So the guaranteed summon, which we just talked about, and we've done it. What some people are like, oh, it was only 1, but no, that's just the graphic. It was 2 banners. I'm sure those people feel dumb, but that's Japan always has a single banner art for the summon, and then it's split into actual banners because I think the New Year's one is like in 7 for classes. So like it's still 1 graphic, guys. Don't freak out. And also our Saint Quartz bonus is increased for paid. The amount of free quartz is increased.
Effective now.
Yeah, right now. You might not see the graphic, but it's there, and it's a significant one, because I got quite a lot of quartz just now when I bought some for the paid. So yeah, no, it's pretty good. And then we only got 10 Saint Quartz. Japan got 30 for their live stream. Some people are a little disappointed in that. I know they probably don't want to like right away, especially because the game's going so well anyway. I feel like they don't want to work up to 30 yet, but I hope that they do. That'd be really disappointing if they don't. Like, I kind of get how they, like, Japan had a lot of road bumps, and we've talked about how NA really has gone a lot smoother. But still, like, they're babying us a little. And I feel like they should cut it out. And then there's some, like, extra stuff. There's a lot of thanks. A lot of excitement, like, you know, keep looking forward. Stuff is still coming. We got a lot of fun stuff coming. Apparently, Takeshi Katsuguchi did a special MASH art to celebrate our first anniversary that they brought over. And then there was a cake at the end. Albert surprised the guests with a... we thought it was cardboard, but no, it was cake. And it was a singularity cake with all the little dumb Rio faces on there. And
the VAs were literally floored. Like, I guess I can't remember his name. Well, I can't speak his name to save my life, but I need, like, screenshots of just the wide-eyed look of what he had when he was looking at the cake. It was amazing.
And of course, the excited sound and Kosu sound really embodies Artoria, where you could hear it say, you know, like, tabeteru, like, you can eat this, it's edible. Like, she was super excited to realize that it was a real cake.
It was great, too, because they wanted them to cut the cake right there. And the only thing they really had on hand was a Excalibur prop. So, of course, they gave it to Kawasumi. And she's like, oh, you want me to cut the cake with this? And she just went straight in. I don't think anyone actually told her.
No, she was ready.
Went straight into doing the Excalibur, Artoria's Excalibur Noble Phantasm. She didn't actually cut the cake with it, though. I felt like they felt it was too pretty to eat.
She stopped right at the end. She belted out Excalibur. She went for the big swing, and then she's like, I can't do it.
She can't do it. It was so goddamn cute.
But yeah, no, it was great. That was real cool. Like, I'm sure some people are salty about her, but come on. They came all the way from Japan, guys.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Also important, we're finally getting the FGO first user survey. You can just do it right in app. It's tied to your friend code, so please make sure to copy that before you jump in, because otherwise you won't get your summon ticket, which is the reward for doing it. This happened a long time ago for Japan, relatively, like it was around the New Year, so I don't know why they delayed it. Maybe they didn't realize that people wanted to do it, but it's pretty simple. Just go ahead and do it. Answer the questions honestly. You know, when they ask for collabs, remember to say something cool like Persona 5 or other collab jokes we've made.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure everyone is putting Tsukihime.
I'm sure, yeah.
That's what I put.
Smart. But yeah, so that's out there. It has some questions. I think it's important. And it does actually matter to NA because it talks about like what kind of media you'd like, what other stuff you find popular, you know. So it's good for market research for them, which means they're more likely to bring stuff over. Like, hey, who the fuck knows? If a bunch of people said they imported the original Fate Stay Night, maybe they'll realize they can release it in English.
That'd be nice.
Who the fuck knows? That'd be real cool. I love that that's the option, like, import.
That's how they're phrasing it.
Yeah, import games.
They know what's up.
Because they know there's no official English release. But yeah, no, that's just a little thing. There's nothing else as far as banners go, but I expect probably some point over the 10 days they're going to announce a story-related pickup summon, if they haven't already. And at some point I expect the Camelot 2 banner is going to get announced. It hasn't been yet, but as seen with the way the America banners were handled, they're probably not going to wait until after the summer event to run the Camelot 2 banner. Hopefully they're not, like, super concurrent, because that might be annoying. Or not, because you never know. Maybe you'll get what you want on the banner right away and you can switch, but who knows?
Who knows? Pray for my wallet.
Pray for everybody's. Alright, so let's move into free talk, if there's nothing else to talk about, I think, with the panel.
Well, let's start free talk off with some Da Vinci rolls, because I want to do one.
Alright, okay. Well, like I said, I think I said it's the top. I'm at 174, so I'm like 6 away from another roll anyway, so I could drop 30 on this.
I'll drop 30 right now. I'm going to go first.
And then I'll have about 5 for summer.
Alright, so... I push the button. Punchy.
Alright, I push the button too. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
That little bit of lag always freaks me out.
I got Art of the Poisonous Snake. Much Kung Fu.
Copy
Let's see.
Child.
Oh, Servant. Oh, Servant. See here.
think
Oh, it's a
that's
caster.
now.
Silver.
Another
Oh, hello,
servant.
Babbage. How are you? You are very steampunk. Well, I can't say you're actually steampunk. You're more like mecha than steampunk.
Oh, hey, my first copy of Tawara Toda. That's nice.
Oh, nice. Got the Jewel Zord Zeltrich.
Oh, that's a good CE.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Oh, another servant. Huzzah. What do I get? What do I get?
Alright, I got a copy
That's
of
a writer.
Goldfish Scooping, which is...
Yeah, Ushiwakamaru. Precious. Give all the head pats. Oh, I got Fire Flower! Yay! Event CE. Well, not Event CE, but Special CE. With Roman and Poe is good.
Another servant.
Oh, goody. I'm getting a good servant ratio this time. Even if it's not gold servants.
Yeah.
Medusa, how you do?
Just an
Did I actually roll my... Did I roll my 4-star? My rare already? I literally can't remember. No, I'm pretty sure I did.
What was the other one? Ooh, I got Bygone Dream. That's new.
Oh, Divine Banquet. There it is. That's it. That's all I'm getting. Heck. Whatever.
Hey, it happens sometimes.
I still got a couple more rolls left.
The servant.
Who do I get? Oh, God, that was bright. I wonder if that changes something.
Oh, hey, Hasan of Serenity.
Another Babbage.
That's good. I didn't have her yet either. That's nice. So I got two
Nice.
of the 2 new 3-stars, and then I think this is my last one.
Game, did you just die on me? What the heck? Oh, that's what
There's
happened. My
another
bad.
100 Personas. Is everybody?
My screen just went black on me. That was so weird.
Yeah, mine does that too.
Oh,
Oh, I
I
got
see.
one more.
That extremely spicy Mabu tofu. And that's it.
Are you gonna be my
Let's
last
see
guy,
here.
Romulus? Is it gonna be you again? You're gonna taunt me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one more 10 pull. I'm just gonna do this one though, so don't mind me.
Alright. That was good. So I got 2 new 3-star servants, and I got a copy of Goldfish Scooping,
Nice.
which is Sure Hit and Buster Up, which is fun.
Nice! I got a second copy of Tomomo in my second 10 pull. I'll call
Nice.
that good. I'm happy.
Oh, that's right. They have to introduce themselves. I'm a little confused for a second because I was gonna go like compress NPs and stuff.
Yay, I got another top. What happens when you overcharge Tom? Oh, now I can actually overcharge her. Yes! Yes! This is-
I'm assuming that's her heal goes up.
That's also good.
Well, actually, we can check. We can check. Tamo, what is your... Tamo no Mai, what is your actual NP effect? So her heal goes up with NP rank, and then what her amount of NP charge she gives goes up with your your overcharge. So,
cool.
Assuming you've done her NP interlude, she should now heal 2,500 HP at NP2.
Okay. I might blow some more of this quartz later, but see how I feel.
I'm holding it, and I'm gonna hold it for 5 rolls for summer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a
That's enough
very good
rolls.
statistical expectation of a 4-star at 5 rolls.
Yeah.
And a decent chance of an SSR. Now I've got a lot of Noble Phantasms to fix.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got Kid Guild to NP5 now. This is the first time I've done Noble Phantasm enhancement since they did the thing. They did their new help screens. Ooh, and my 100 Personas is now NP5.
Have you got a Serenity yet?
Yeah, I just got one. I said that. So I on that 10 pull I didn't get Da Vinci or anything, which is kind of sad. But I got Tora Tota and I got Serenity.
Oh yeah, that's good. Serenity is a cute.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Next, Mr. Man Who.
So while he does with the logistics, so as we were mentioning earlier, we're now into the free talks. Now we're gonna wax poetic on just a bunch of topics, but clearly all the budget has gone into AX because, as we said, FGO is fucking everywhere down there. But it also seems that they have the money because it's been reported that Aniplex has pulled over $1 billion in sales this year. That's not all FGO. This is all the properties, with like dubbing and licensing and all that subbing and all that crazy stuff. But it is pretty much assured that FGO is a major part of that. And I'm just hoping that with this, cons going forward, if they're a good sized con, we'll start seeing more of that promotional material in it. Like Soccer Con, my con, the con that I go to, because it's like a half hour away from me. I'm hoping like next year we're gonna see more. It's gonna be bigger. We're gonna have more promotion material. Maybe not to the same extent that AX did, but this is SakuraCon is the big anime con of the Pacific Northwest. So here's the hoping.
Yep. All right, and before we get into more stuff, because I'm probably gonna leave this off and let my phone charge up a little because it's been sitting unplugged for a bit. We should say this before we get into our deep thoughts anymore. We would like to give a shout out to all masters listening while on the grind. We understand your pain. Seriously, I need like 32 night medals, and I own all of 8 as of right now. I upgraded to 1 since I wrote that note. So, grind.
I don't have this problem yet.
Yes, you do. You have a bet of me.
Yet.
You may not have put him to the ascension he needs, but you have this problem already. Though if you only have the 1, you'll be able to solve it in summer, because you get like 20 out of the store, but still. 20 is not 32. God damn it.
And speaking of Bedivere and all that good stuff. Oh boy, let's talk about Camelot.
Oh, I have a button for this. Hold on, let me set the mood real quick. Sound cues.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yep, just a real quick. Hello, darkness. Because, oh boy, that's a little how we feel sometimes after this.
Yeah, there are some deep thoughts, some things. Like, I like to, I completed the Camelot chapter after recording last week, and once it was done, I had to lay down on the floor in shock because I could never play that for time again. Just like reliving it all. I also had to do that several times over the week as people mentioned it, just because I would just be thinking about it time and time again. I also shed a lot of tears at several moments. I'm sure a lot of you folks know exactly what I'm talking about too.
Let me start this off first of all by saying that Enforcement Knights are literally Satan.
Oh my god.
Literally. Seriously, I fought one and he just kept stacking his defense buff. He was literally taking 0 damage. Literally. God damn it.
They're so meaty for like mobs.
Yeah, they have like 70k HP minimum. And the Saber ones can tank a defense buff. There's a ruler variant, but I think he's only in the story, luckily, thank God.
Thank God.
Cause I mean, okay, so I just use Jean Alter, but at the same time that's like, oh god, if you only have one servant who can do anything about them, that sucks a lot. I guess I could roll Berserkers, but still, like, ugh. The problem with using Berserkers to like fight rulers is they're so fragile. These guys are so big, so meaty. And then I have further adventures, so the best quest for Night Medals is 2 waves of Knights and a Shadow Gawain. Shadow Gawain's easy. But oh my god, it takes so much time to farm 5 Knights. Like, oh my god. They're all Sabers. Like, you think, oh, just throw your fucking NP2 Tesla at this. And yeah, but also nah. Like, it's hard.
It takes some work.
If I could just make like 5... No, 6, I guess, because the Shadow Gawain. I just need 6 single-target Noble Phantasms all in a row. That'll solve that problem. Alright, so our next bullet point here is I wanted to point out, in case anyone hasn't caught it, the Night of the Round battle theme is a variation of Sword of Promise Victoria's themes.
But real talk, the music in this chapter is all of it's good.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually selling the... Fate Grand Order OST at the Aniplex store at AX, and I really want it now.
Supposedly, you can get an in-game music player eventually.
Like a special
unlock, yeah. I have heard that. I don't know any details on it. Maybe somebody in the comments will let us know. But yeah, no, Goddess from Gomiad. Oh, by the way, did we say, super fucking spoilers? I mean, we said it at the top of the show, but we should point out, this is our complete thoughts. We finished the chapter. Super fucking spoilers. So Goddess from Gomiad's theme, she has a unique boss theme That's wow. Like, yeah, Jesus.
It is amazing. That
It's
whole
really
battle
great.
was amazing. I'm gonna talk about that more in a bit.
But the music is just great. MASH has a theme for her NP now, which is the fucking title theme rearranged. When she does Lord Camelot, because that's the real name of her NP, because MASH has secretly been Galahad the entire time. Oh my god.
Let
We can
fucking
say that.
gas.
We can say that.
Yeah.
I've been holding that in for almost a year with this asshole. Keep putting it lucky. Whew. Now we can talk about it. Wow. Yeah. MASH is fucking Galahad, which obviously it's been a little telegraphed a couple of times.
I'm sorry, like I got an idea like around London. Because Mordred was selling it real hard.
Yeah. Mordred in London clearly got that MASH was bonded with Galahad, but she was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything to that asshole. I don't want to see that guy.
I found it hilarious that all the knights were like that. It's like, it's you! And everyone's like, it's who? It's you. I'm like, what?
They were like 2 levels of surprise. Every night of the ride had a double whammy. They were like, hold on. It can't be that this girl is that guy. And also, Bedivere? You're here?
Uh-huh.
Question mark?
Like, question mark?
But we're doing this in order, mostly, of the actual events of the chapter. That's how I wrote these notes. So we got the Big Stella.
The Big Stella.
I linked to the thing, but we're not going to play it again. But yeah, no. Like, in-game, Arash does his whole full NP chant, which is actually quite long. And
it's actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
Especially...
especially when you get the voice actor to actually read it, because it's not voiced in-game.
Yeah, but he, like... Now that anytime I see it now, I'm just all like, oh, shivers.
But yeah, no, it's...
It's like, I will never look at Stella the same way again.
And what he Stellas is a full power Rungumniad blast. Like, which we have just explained to us that this is destroying entire villages. It's a factor of 10 stronger than the output of normal noble phantasms. Roman explicitly says this. He says that normally you might put a noble phantasm's power scale at like 200 or 300. The Holy Lance is at like 3,000.
Again, this kind of like throws into like weird perspective how rarity works. Like,
Rash is super fucking strong.
Like super fucking strong.
But
yeah, his MP kills him.
He has to blow himself up to do it.
Yeah, but you know, he saved.
In lore-wise though, is final. There's no like real guts. Like when he uses Stella to blow up, he's donezo.
Like it shatters him to pieces.
Yeah.
Because no man should be able to do what he does, but he does it anyway.
Mm-hmm. He shoots a shot that can divide the earth, and he blocks.
It's amazing. Like I'm telling you right now, Arash is getting fully leveled like during this event.
Well, also very important because he's very useful to summoning. Yeah, he's got an NP battery, and yeah. And I'm trying really hard not to sneeze right now, guys. So if I do sneeze, I'm sorry.
He apologizes in advance.
Yeah. I think it's gone. I think it left me. And then it comes back like 5 seconds later. But yeah, no. So yeah, our rash is real cool. It's really good because it improves his NP. It gives him more NP juice to shoot more.
Oh, hey, Stella.
Well, I mean, if you guts him up, give him some guts. He can Stella a couple times in a row if you give him some guts. But yeah. So we move from that to Bless Giant Sky Nito, because that happened also.
Giant cowboy screaming in the sky meme.
Yeah.
If someone wants to make some art of Nito screaming in a sky slightly transparent, I would love that.
Yeah. And just look up Screaming Cowboy meme if you don't get that. It's fucking amazing. Like, it's
I genuinely like that. I genuinely like the music right there.
Yeah, the song is weird, but it's kind of well made.
Yeah.
But it's the actual yelling cowboy moment is like fucking top tier. And he yells so much. I wrote this, speaking of yelling, I wrote this in all caps because it happens. We go to the Atlas Academy, which is cool, and World's Greatest Detective Sherlock Holmes!
Look, gas!
Yeah, Sherlock just fucking shows up.
This was one of those out of left field moments, like, for real.
Yeah, like, I think even people had said that he would show up later, but, like, it's such a great thing to be like, just minding my own business. Holy shit, it's you, Sherlock Holmes, literally, the world's greatest detective. You're here to solve mysteries. Hey, what's up, bud?
I find it amazing how Sherlock Holmes is all like, why are you not telling her? Just tell her. She doesn't need to have some giant moment. Like, damn it, give her the facts. Because it's Sherlock Holmes who basically tells Mash
Well, yeah.
whose spirit.
Yeah, he
has
lets her know that
she-
she's bonded with Galahad.
Yeah.
And, like, that it still is a big moment to Mash.
Yeah, she like collapses and she starts crying from happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Our precious marshmallow.
Yeah.
Super precious.
And she has her big moment later, but we'll get there.
Oh man, that was a good moment.
And then I wrote down, and then we fight Da Vinci for no reason. Because Da Vinci Chan didn't die, obviously.
Because Da Vinci tried blowing herself up at the gate so you can escape. And funnily enough, gets saved by Lancelot. Why? Because she's a beautiful woman. Good job, Lancelot.
She was a beautiful woman. I instinctively jumped in front of her to protect her from danger.
But
and
apparently
Mash's
Lancelot
Galahad just comes out and just deep cuts. She goes on full blast.
Rips him a new one several times.
Several times.
And
The poor dad.
And this is what I think is great, because all before this, all we known is Berserker Lancelot. And so you basically come in the Knights Camelot thinking, oh god, it's just going to be another bad Lancelot. No, Lancelot is actually, you can consider one of the good guys, even before you show
also,
up.
it's interesting. I don't think they clarify what his blessing is, but the blessing he received from the Lion King was to always make fair judgments. Which is why he's not doing super evil stuff most of the time. He just does what he was ordered. He does what he was ordered. Get rid of these guys. Well, you didn't say kill him, so then I'll set up a secret village for him. And then the moment he's confronted with, like, hey, not only is the Lion King wrong, but there's another option, he's immediately like, shit, you're right, fuck, alright.
So I think it's, like, really interesting out of all the knights who join your side, like, Bedivere notwithstanding, it's Lancelot.
Well, but
it's
also
like, because like I'm gonna yeah, it's fucking Lancelot. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a bit of I was super sad. I was super sad when Mordred didn't remember you.
No, because
they actually like called that out.
They go out of their way to say that this is a normal type of heroic summoning. The Mordred that the Lion King has summoned is different from, does not necessarily remember what happened as the one who was summoned by the Holy Grail in London, which kind of makes sense because but
these are I'm actually okay with this because I have some thoughts about the whole memory thing.
Yeah,
the
memory rule is weird. Like it's a letter rule, as we all know. All the Naziverse authors like to break rules to make a stronger thematic point. So it's weird that they can't just stick to breaking the rule. But yeah.
Yeah, the way I see it is that this Knights of the Round was actually summoned by Artoria, and might not necessarily be the true spirits,
because they fully say that these are summoned by the Lion King, and who is wielding a literal Holy Grail from the or something like it from the Arturian mythos. Like she has the power of the Grail. Because that's what that's why she gives them divine blessings. But the Singularity Grail that King Solomon sent, Ozzy has had the whole. And we'll get to some more on that. But yeah, so the interaction with like these guys is very interesting to see. After you re-meet Da Vinci, she fights you for no reason. Just to have
really no
fight.
reason.
Then
she builds a cooler
needs a fight.
Sphinx mobile.
A cooler one, yeah. And then I wrote down defeating Amon-Ra for fun and profit. Because there's a demon pillar battle, just like we said.
Yep. Did you boot upon a demon pillar into a mountain? I did. Multiple times.
I also, because I got my Kentucky up to 80 beforehand last week. Because, hey, guess what? Sabers and Riders were on the same day. And I got shiny new Lancelot. So, yeah, Kentucky got a lot of boon out of that. But, yeah. So, I ran that fucking pillar over a lot. Super golden. But yeah, no, and then you beat up Ozzy a couple times. He turns himself into a demon pillar, and you punch him out a few times, and then you punch him out regular, and he's like, "Okay, I'll join your side. Here, just have the Grail." He just tosses it to you.
Tosses it. Whoop. Oh wait, no. Let's explain this next part.
Yeah, so we all accept that King Hassan is terrifying, right?
Yeah, same.
Because he shows up.
Fun fact. King Hassan, doesn't usually show up unless shit's gone real bad and someone needs to die. When this whole thing first started, he basically popped over to Ozymandias' temple, cut off his head, like, whoop, and left. And the only reason Ozymandias survived was because he was in his temple.
Yes, and
And
one of the
he's
effects
still-
of the Ramesseum Tentris is that he is basically immortal inside. He has, like, super regeneration.
Yeah, but his head still wasn't fully attached. So when he showed up, it was still healing. So that's why it just kind of slipped off. And
You
it's
saw
all
nothing.
Like, you saw nothing. It's like, nope.
So yeah,
It's great.
That's cray.
It was super cray.
And then he does a
But,
couple
like,
things in the
literally-
story. Like, you go to his shrine to meet him, to knock on his door and be like, "Oh, First Hassan, we need you to turn the tables on these fucking knights."
Like, literally, you need him to stop Gawain, who's literally fucking
Right.
invincible because literally brings the sun,
Yes.
which empowers him.
He has the Knightless buff, which means that his special power as Numeral of the Saint is always in effect. The sun is always shining, so he is always 3 times as strong. Which I should point out that Numeral of the Saint Gawain is able to fight evenly with Lancelot in life. Lancelot, the greatest swordsman in the world. Probably. At the very least, out of the Knights of the Round Table, Lancelot was the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But he just throws his cloak up in the air and makes it fucking sandstorm. So
Yeah.
Gawain is super vincible.
Yeah, but, like, to dial it back, just slow back. Like, again, I am super impressed with how the direction that this chapter took with you basically fighting, get to the holy city, seeing what that shit is, getting to the villages, and then from there, like, gathering all these allies and friends, and even doing a prison break at one point.
Mhm.
Like, we didn't really write notes on it, but at one point, like, after you meet Cursed Arm, you go to another village, you run into Thousand Faces again, and as I said, I love their characters. I fucking love their characters. Oh my goodness. But after that, you have to go on a prison break to bust out the third Hassan, Serenity, who is a precious, precious child. And along the way, you run into Sanzo, and you break out Protota as well. From there, you go around, you're like, oh, we need to gather more power. You go to meet the Great Founder. The Great Founder is like, I will only help you, but only discover the fucking truth.
Yes, so you must discover the truth, and you must recruit the King of Kings.
Yep. And you go there. You go to the Atlas Institute. You learn shit there. You find out some shit's going down.
Yeah, you find
retreat
out
on
some deep overarching plot shit.
Yeah, you do. I don't want to spoil that because, as I said, like, that's the overall picture.
Yeah, that's the meta plot. But no, like, seriously,
Yeah.
it's very important and answers a lot of important questions.
Mm-hmm. And so then you go to Onimus, and then everyone goes to the Holy City for this big climactic battle, and holy shit, it's amazing. Like, King Hassan, like, comes in as a sandstorm with a fucking skull face in it. Fucking starts
Blots out
fighting
the sun
Gawain.
and fucking ambushes Gawain at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And this freaks the shit out of Gawain because King Hassan fights evenly with him this entire time. By the way,
I think it's
King Hassan is despite having a huge fucking sword, King Hassan is still an assassin,
Yep.
which is saying something.
They actually remarked on that.
Like, he's a big fucking
Yeah, so you basically have this giant combined army of Ozymandias' Sphinx, Lancelot's Knights, the refugee army, the assassins, and all the servants you got. Like, all at this gate doing this mad battle.
And then this moves well into our next bullet point, which is the gates of Camelot are invincible to evil.
Mm-hmm.
Only good may pass them. So Sanzo gets serious and does final Buddha palm.
See, my note for this is lays on the ground, tries not to cry, fucking cries. Thank God I brought her home. Cause, and a surprise twist.
So before you go on your story, I think the sub bullet point to that is you just get my reaction about that last bit is just dies inside.
Yeah.
Because I have not summoned Sanzo yet, and obviously I just missed a chance. Waver though is real good. He's not going to help me offensively too much, but he'll do some work anyway. But still,
this is one of those really oddly, I can't say oddly, but really emotional moments in the story. Even if it's a visual, not this preset
So
to
yeah,
present as a
I'll say
visual
this. This
novel,
is
oh
a
my
really
God.
this whole story, not just this moment, but a lot of these moments really builds Sanzo's character. You can really tell that originally she was not meant to have her like own event to focus on her so much. This was like her introduction to the story to be like, yes, I will definitely show up again.
Yeah, but no, they
Summoning.
still harken back to it in an amazing way because apparently, unlike someone else, she does remember that
Kind
you've
of.
gone on a journey before. And she wants nothing more than to go to this Chaldea and be with everyone there. And
you did
she's
kind of
saying
do
this,
a weird summoning into her psyche thing.
yeah. And oh my God, it broke my heart because she doesn't actually she doesn't do the on-screen fade. You just hear like the horse galloping. She's talking to Tota, who's riding with her, and then you just hear it. And I'm like, oh my God.
Well,
I can't
she
even.
shouts she's doing the final Buddhapon. Like she does her full power, and the gate is just exploded, or the walls or something like that. The place is demolished. There's just this shit's fucking wreck scene, and then off screen it does.
The goodbye scene of like, oh my God, I'm about to start crying like right now. Oh, I'm tearing up. Ugh!
And yet there's more.
There is more.
Because Ozzy knows how to party by crashing his pyramid with no survivors. Because guess what? The fucking Holy Lance isn't done. Not just invincible walls, also an invincible Tower of Light. Fuck you. And we're like, shit, what are we gonna do about that?
We're gonna get fucking Trigger in here. That's what we're gonna fucking do.
Yeah,
And
Ozzy fires off his dendron light bulb, his giant pyramid laser beam. That's not fucking enough. The Holy Lance shoots back, Nito blocks it with her mirror, and here's an original sound effect that never appeared before. They have a cracking effect, where you can tell, oh, Nito, honey, this is not going well for you. As she sucks it up and tanks the Holy Lance with her mirror. Ozzy's like using all of his mana up, so he's starting to fade. So he just does his fucking NP, and he crashes a pyramid into it, and that works.
Like, honestly, like...
And
like,
all of this time, he's talking big. And this is also important, because Ozymandias is also a top fucking tier servant. Like, this obviously implies it a little, with, like, how he's able to go toe-to-toe with the Lion King, and obviously the Lion King's very strong, but no, like, if you want to talk about...
Also remember, he turned himself into a demon pillar, and then turned it off, like, no big deal.
Yeah, but... Ozymandias is one of the top-tier, lore-wise, strongest servants. Like, obviously, everybody says, oh, Gil's the strongest because they always say Gil's the strongest. He's too strong for classes. Can't be contained. His own Gilgamesh class. I've said this before, like, as much as I actually do greatly like the Epic of Gilgamesh, the fiction winks a little too hard on how Gilgamesh is still the strongest, despite the fact that he's constantly getting his ass beat. He got beaten by a high school kid once, literally. Now, that high school kid's super fucking cool in my book, but still, like, how are you the strongest guy ever? Anyway, but
so
no,
back on the subject
but
of
Oz
Ozzy,
is like, you want to talk about your top tier stuff, it's like Oz, Karna, Gil, like, Arjuna, I guess, too. But, like, yeah, no, Oz is up there, and he brings it.
Yeah. He brings it. Like, I fully think that this entire moment was powered by Trigger, and no one can convince me otherwise. I am pretty sure Ozzy was doing the Gynex pose at some point, just standing on top of his throne's arm crossed, head back, defiance.
Also, I am actually pretty sure that there is a starburst in when he does Ramesseum Tentris.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Like, there's some stuff. It's really cool. In case you haven't seen it, his actual NP attack is to smash two pyramids together.
Illuminati.
He's real cool. So this is another note. They get into the city and all this stuff, and I gotta say this. This chapter has actually got me super interested in Gaheris as a character. So I've had this concern. I'm like, is Gaheris a person in Fate? Because if you know a few things about like how many versions the Arthurian mythos has been through, like sometimes Gareth and Gaheris are the same character. So like a lot of talk has been given about Gareth for reasons we will cover shortly. But not a lot is talked about Gaheris because he doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. A lot of the stuff he does normally is attributed to Gareth. But they explicitly mention him twice in the scenario, which is very interesting. Once when they're talking about Agravain, they list off Agravain's relatives. They say Gawain, Gaheris, Bedivere drops Miss Gareth, and not Da Vinci, Roman, of course, the eternal single man, He's like, hold on, did you just say something amazing right now? And Doochie's like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Mordred, by the way, is also in there. How they didn't understand Agravain. So that was cool. I was like, oh, so he does exist. And then they say who was summoned. Gawain lets this slip earlier, or not even lets this slip. He outlines all of those who were summoned. It was quite a lot of them, which means all of these are heroic spirits, by the way. And Gaheris is among them. So all 5 Orkney siblings were summoned. Gawain, Agravain, Gaheris, Gareth, and Mordred. Gareth dies fighting the Crusaders earlier. There's like some prequel stuff about it. But Gaheris is the only one of them who opposes the Lion King's plan. Like, they explicitly say that he was summoned and defeated among the original batch with the likes of like King Pellinor and Sir Percival and so on. So I want to know what's this guy's deal, that he would turn against his own flesh and blood and stuff and be like, no, the Lion King's plan is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see that guy. But also, Gareth is a girl with beautiful hands, so also, yes, please?
Yes, please.
Like, officially, that is one of Gareth's epithets, is like, whatever the French for, like, beautiful hands is. So, you know. And, yeah, Gaherith is super young and often described as being, like, you know, childlike or somewhat effeminate. So it's another one of those cases where, like, I can see why you would do a gender flip. Mm-hmm. Plus, there's a lot of dudes in that family otherwise. Even with Mordred.
Even Mordred.
And then my next bullet point, Agravain. A dick, but not a traitor. I feel like this is my, like, tabloid cover. FGO tabloid cover.
I believe this is what's considered a lawful evil.
Yeah, no, Agravain is a huge asshole. In a lot of ways. He is considered the best interrogator among the Knights of the Round. He's a huge dick to people. He says explicitly, I have and will continue to hate women.
Mm-hmm.
Despite that supposedly he seems to have gotten on somewhat Gareth, and also seems to have a positive relationship with Sansa. I don't necessarily want to kill you, but you're a cool person who should come back to the Holy City.
Probably because she's like literally like one of the saved
she is literally
like...
a bodhisattva. She is one who will become a Buddha. Yeah.
The epitome of light and goodness.
Mm-hmm. In a very different way to the Lion King.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But at the end, never a traitor.
Nope.
Like Lancelot says, we're fellow traitors. Agravain flips his shit and actually wins a 1v1 with Lancelot. He has to use the drugs that made his enforcement knights like madness enhancement leveled.
So I think it's like a great inversion of fighting a sane Lancelot against a berserk Agravain.
Yeah. But Agravain is able to walk around afterward.
Barely.
And he actually has, I think, a little bit of a touching.
Yeah, it's a good finale.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to the Lion King. You go through that whole fight. There's a pre-step, and then I think it's just, it's great. You talked about this later, where like some of the support servants actually get like max skills and max NP levels.
Oh yeah, like, you want me to just talk about it real quick?
Yeah, sure, mention it real quick.
I can. I will. So I was talking shit about guest servants last week about how you know like the levels, the MPs are usually high, but the levels and the skills are usually pretty low. But you know, just throw that in my face. At least twice in this story, you get max level, max MP guest servants with at least 2 levels of skill, and I can tell you, it's Sanzang with fighting Amon-Ra. She like goes all out, and then here with fighting Goddess Remedion, Bedivere, full level, MP level 5, all skills at 10. It's just all like, what?
And it's in his final backstory moment. You get the whole thing that Bedivere is not a heroic spirit. Merlin actually camouflaged that for him. He's a dude. He has been walking around for 1,500 years looking for King Arthur because he failed to give back the sword to the lake, and so Arthur disappeared and became Goddess Rangomniad. He could not die because the holy sword still exists. That's his arm. His arm is Excalibur. And he has been going all this time, kept alive by the sword. They say his soul's gonna burn out, but here he is. He finally gets his confrontation, and he's like, "I've got your sword." And he is like ready to go all out. It's beautiful. I think I'm gonna watch that cutscene again afterward, which by the way you can do from my room. Also,
just all that in general, because before that moment, Godfrey Minion is like, she's laying into Lance, and Mash is like, no, like, I'm not gonna let this happen. And she throws down Lord Chaldeas, and Bedivere is just all like, no, this is not what the shield does. And then she does, like, you see, like, the first time they do the animation.
Yeah,
like
they do it like they did
Chaldeas.
in Fuyuki when she first used her Noble Phantasm, because she couldn't for a while.
Yep.
They start playing, they play the theme music, they do the insert, and she reveals the true name. The shield is not a shield.
Like, she screamed.
The shield is is the table. And what her Noble Phantasm is not a shield per se. It is the personification of Camelot. It is Lord Camelot, which, by the way, great.
It's like, it's better
shout
for
out to the VA. She fucking built that out.
Oh my god, it was amazing. Like how Bedivere put it, it's not something to deflect enemy attacks. It's something to protect your friends with, which I think is like a really, really important distinction.
And he says, as long as your faith and your will to protect never wavers, the walls will not fall. Which is true.
Oh my god!
Camelot is magic. It's a magic castle.
Like
but it's such a great scene. To finally see Mash drop her NP. And it's fucking good, guys. I think it... First of all, she actually gets her NP ranks up, so she does more defense, does more damage cut, and now all other allies get a significant attack increase, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's real good.
Like... Oh god, the story, like...
And she tanks a Holy Lance Blast. Just like
and
she
then,
starts
of course, you have to...
Yeah, you start to fight her again. But that's when you get your full-blown Bedivere, and I brought a Mordred, and I brought the works. I brought a Janu, my level 90 John. I brought Mordred. I brought Lancelot, even though I wished he could have had more levels. I brought Altera as my last. Altera did surprisingly well as the final shot, but I had to pop seals. But still, I was like, you realize, Goddess, if I've got 3 seals, if you kill Altera and I have to pop seals, you're fucked. Because I'm gonna get 3 NPs.
See, I didn't do the exact same thing, like, because, like, for the first fight, I think it was, I remember, I did, I went for thematics, because that's something that's super important to me, like, against, like, this King Arthur, who is, like, changed. I brought the original King Arthur, the king that was. I brought Mash, and I brought, Arturia, I was the support, and I had my Mash, and then I had my Saber Altar. So basically, I faced this Arturia, this weird, twisted Arturia, with the king that was and the king that never was in Mash, because I felt that was super important to my theming.
I mean,
second time
I had, other than Jean, and I mean, like, you could argue Altera, because Altera's kind of a big deal. But no, I brought, like I said, my Mordred and my Lancelot.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important. Like, that's something I wish they did in game, honestly, is that if you bring relevant servants to boss battles, like, there's some sort of, like, buff or debuff you can give them just because it fits the theme. Like, because they kind of do that with Bedivere. Bedivere, like, he goes all out. Like they max the fuck out of his
servant,
stat.
they give him the full blown, which is great. Like, he did work.
Yeah. So I kind of wish they did that for other servants. Like, as I said, like, if you go against, like, remember, and you bring, like, her old self, like, maybe she gets an attack down debuff for, like, the first 3 turns or something. Or, like, stuff like that. Because, if you guys have played Undertale, you guys may know that if you keep an item from the beginning of the game, the cinnamon pie, and you bring it all the way to, like, one of the last fights and use it, it inflicts a debuff on one of the bosses. I don't want to spoil it, just in case. And I just really, I really like those kind of ideas of some things, like, have an impact on a character depending on who you have and like, where you use them. Like, contextual. There we go. Contextual. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see some of that. And I think there are some stuff that'll be a little more like that as we go on. Not necessarily story all the time, but there will be more interesting use of, like, supports and other mechanics. Though I will say, also, that's kind of just, hey, bring Mordred, because she's good at this. It's
very thematically fitting.
It's very relevant. It was relevant in London, and it's relevant in Camelot. And also, by the way, I mean, part of it's because I got her at level 100, but and her her third skill is fucking amazing. I got that at 10. It's like 30% defense up for one turn. But despite not how that works in life, Mordred will soak up some Rons. I think she took like 3 all told.
Yeah, I was.
Because guess what? We talked
that...
about this. Artorial Lancer gives herself Pierce Invincible first, which fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks because Mash can't tank out of it. You can't Luminoste Eternal out of it. So you just gotta like give yourself damage cut and pray. Give yourself defense up and damage cut and hope. Because oh boy, I mean it's an AOE, so it doesn't hit super hard, but still,
Not super hard for enemy servants is still fucking hard for yours.
Yeah, no, boss NPs are bad.
I really hate the disparity of damage. Yeah, they're doing the same amount of damage as you, but guess who got the fuck ton more health?
Yeah, you have to think about stuff. I think their attacks are a little bit weaker most of the time, but still, yeah, no, like, the NP hits like a truck. And, guess what? She can self-charge, and then she's got 2 damage plus skills. And she can just pop those off whenever.
Get wrecked.
Oh, so yeah, no, it's a tough fight, but we got her. And then, at the end, when she stops being a jerk, because Bedivere gives back the sword in a beautiful scene, and where he finally expires. Because he gives up the sword, he's donezo. This will erase him from all history forever, but he's still there. I know some people have talked about how they don't get the, but you know, it's the ideal though, the undying loyalty. Mm-hmm. It's not meant to be literal. It's a fairy tale. It's a romanticized view of the world. Bedivere is a symbol, and it's great. But I will say this: after the Lion King stops being a dickhead, who else wants a hug? Because I'd like a hug. She's so fluffy.
You say that, but she was totally about to fight you.
Oh yeah, no, she was like, our fight is not done. Now you broke the lance, but now I have the holy sword. I'm ready to go. And then we're like,
and it's time to exit.
And then it was like, oh, okay, the singularity's collapsing. We can go now. And she's like,
bye. Because Ozzy gave you the grail earlier.
Yes.
You just had to fix what was actually wrong.
And once you broke the spear, history is basically fixed. It'll undo itself. And then you just whoop. And that means they don't have to make up some bullshit to make you fight a Saber Lancer Artoria. However that works.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they did it, but still. It's funny. She's ready to go.
I do want to say, that's something that I'm glad they expounded more on in this singularity, is that the feelings they have while in these singularities and seeing people living and fighting for them, saving them, that even though it's something that's temporary, something that doesn't actually ever happen, that's something that's erased from time, it's still something super important and something they should do.
Yeah, that's something they struggle with a lot here, because like the Lion King's ideal is to preserve humanity. She's gonna basically make a museum. Mm-hmm. But as you can shout out, we're not butterflies you put on the wall. Human beings are alive. You get some spicy responses options, by the way, in this. You as the player.
Yeah, you can literally tell her like to shut the hell up, and people are like, "Whoa, he's screaming at a goddess." It's like, whoa.
But it's important because she's a divine spirit now. She doesn't understand humanity anymore. She needs humanity. She wants to save humanity because that's her job, but she doesn't understand us anymore, which is important. You as the player are able to say to her, you know, humans are alive. We need to keep living. It is not enough to just preserve us. We need to be able to grow. Sure, some of us die, but that's the natural cycle of things. Things are supposed to end and start anew. Which is I think what it helps set off MASH, because that's why she realizes what she's actually fighting for. Mm-hmm. Which is something she struggled with in this chapter.
They set this up like all throughout the chapter, like with Rashad saving the refugees, saving the villages, meeting Ozymandias, like seeing the refugees.
Rashad also has a very important thing. Like he at the end gets his mom is dead, but he's like, but she's not really dead so long as I'm alive, right? Like she's gonna live on through me because that's what she wanted. She wanted me to be safe, so as long as I'm safe and alive, it's good. She's still here. Which I think is a very important thing to think about. And like, yeah, no, all that stuff like, sticks with MASH and with.
It's like, and as I said again, like top % writing for this.
Well, and we said this last time.
They put a lot of effort into.
We said this last time though. But,
yeah, I'm gonna say it again.
But I'm specifically we said this last time. But this is actually Nasu writing. This is a for real from the origin Fate story. This is not some of those other writers who everybody always says, oh, they got their ups and downs, you know? Like, they have their quirks. This is an actual Fate story brought to you by the guy who wrote the original, who did all the developing for the universe, and you can feel it. There's a lot of his handprints in this. And then my final bullet point about Camelot is Betty, most 10/10 free servant.
And as I said, this, like, I kind of wish they did stuff like this for every free servant you get after a chapter. Like, the one that has the most impact on your story. Like, for Yuki, it was Caster Coup.
Which was a good one. That was a good pick, because he was, like, your buddy the entire time, and he was in a weird place, and it was like, hey, summon me again. And we're like, okay, sure.
Yeah, cool. And you did. But then anything after that, it just kind of feels weird that they, like, randomly show up.
Yeah, let me look this up to make sure. So, Orleans for sure is Kyo, which, while Kyo summoning herself makes sense, by that time, I already had at least one copy of Kyo. I think I had more. Like, it's not impactful. Like, it makes sense for her character, but it's not meaningful, you know?
Yeah, it's not meaningful, because, like, you've had John and Marie, which are, you know, are SSRs and SR, but you really, like, bond with them. And then, like, in Septum...
So Septum, it's Boudica,
it's Nero,
Boudica makes sense as a free servant, but at the same time, once again, you probably got her already, and just, it's...
And you don't bond with her, like, she shows up, like, midpoints.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people talking about how her characterization is a little weird in Septum, like, right? Like, they're trying to build her as a big sister type character, but at the same time, like, it's a little weird because of the place she's at in history and stuff.
It's the place she's at. Yeah, like, honestly, like, I feel like, as I said, but we can talk about Septum writing all day.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. We got a suggestion from an audience member that we should, like, do a whole... I don't think we're not gonna do a whole bonus stage on, like, how to rewrite Septum, but that's definitely a talking point topic we could have, which would be like, what could have been done that would have made Septum a little better? My first suggestion: flip the order on Orleans, because Orleans is actually a really good like level of balance. But if you did Septum first, you could like excuse some of the more loose, like, villain characterization, and you'd get your immediate payoff on Left coming back. Like, I know that means in the next one there's no Demon Pillar, but still, like, you could do stuff. Hey, so by the way, for Okeanos, it's David. That's not as good. That's okay. Really should have been Urale.
Like, honestly, I would accept Urale.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Like, Urale kind of makes sense. Like, I know Drake's the big pool, but again, SSR.
Yeah, like, you're getting a free rare, so that's fine. But Urale was definitely the one I think you'd like better out of that.
Yeah.
So London was a good one.
She was important.
If you want to talk more about Urale, we can go ahead. But yeah, she was important. She had good months. David is, like, plot important, but he doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Urale would have been better. So London is Jekyll, which that is actually a good one, because you spend a lot of time with him.
Yes, you do. As I said, Mordred's like the buddy, but you know,
and obviously,
Jekyll
you spend a lot of time with Hans and Shakes, but like they are 2 stars, so yeah.
Yeah, but no, Jekyll like can't really fault that. And let's see, America was Geronimo.
Yeah, which again, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, as a servant, he didn't do a super lot in the story. Like, he kind of advises you and directs you a little, and he's surprisingly cool. But like, is he really the one you spent the most time with?
Yeah, is he the one that if they were to show up after you get back, it's like, hey guys, you miss me? Are you gonna be like, oh, thank God?
No, probably Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
But then Camelot, it's fucking Bedivere, which is like, not from the very beginning, but from once you actually get to the bottom of the plot, he has been a big fucking deal. He has been with you a lot of the time, and he has such a powerful story in this segment. Like, they go real deep into his details.
And not just that, but here's the crazy thing, the thing that I love the most, is that after this singularity is done, he appears in the Heroic Spirit Registry.
Right.
He wasn't there before. And
that's actually a point, because they say all along, Sir Bedivere was just a normal guy. He was a great knight and a great commander, but he was just a normal human. He did not have any special blessings or powers. But with you in the singularity as a human, he forges a legend which you can summon.
Yeah. And guess what? First thing that happens is he comes back. He doesn't remember you, which, I think is fair because his legend may not have actually existed because it happened in the singularity.
And technically, they do say that the literally the one who was in the singularity, who was alive, was like, you are going to be gone forever. You are literally going to disappear as an entity.
But you're still able to save this record of him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like, I have never been so happy to get a rare in my life.
And it's such a shame that he's story locked because his NP is really good, but there's gonna be that. He's not even in. That's right. He's not even in the first Camelot raid up. Rip.
Yeah, no, he's in the second.
Maybe he's. He's not in the second. Is what I mean. Like he's not in any of the Camelot raid ups. It's a huge pain in the ass.
What?
We're gonna have to wait a while. Is he in the Knights of the Round banner? I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it because they've rearranged our banners before. And it's good, but yeah, no, in the original Japan run, he was not in the second Camelot banner. It's a huge tragedy. People are going to be struggling to get their NP5 Bedivirs for a while, because he's a story lock, and he's a story lock 3-star, so he's a fuckload of 3-stars in the story gacha. And just, you're going to be there a while trying to get your NP5.
Yeah.
But he's so good. I immediately started feeding him, until I got to the last Ascension, Night Medals.
Gasp.
16. He needs as many Night Medals as fucking Lancelot.
But
yeah, no, but Bedivir's great. He's great.
Oh man, anything else we want to say about Camelot? I don't think we didn't write anything else down.
No, we didn't write anything down, and we talked about more than our points, and we're already over an hour. We're at almost an hour and a half already. Now some of that will get edited down because there's a lot of dead air when we're doing like our rolls.
But
yeah, no.
Let me see here. Let me think. Camelot, no, real good. I fucking cried. Oh man, the fucking the final battles, I love the battle screen. Like you're literally on top of the tower. There are clouds, you have been summoned to the edge of the world,
right?
The end of the world.
And even though it means nothing, the map literally starts closing in on you.
Yeah, it's you feel the stakes. You feel them. Oh my god. People say the next chapter, Babylonia, is not as intense. It's more horror and dread inspiring. I said I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm really hoping that they keep the writing at this level, this presentation.
I have heard from people that Babylonia is even heavier.
Oh god.
So
I don't know. I just hope it has the kind of tension breaks.
I think it's gonna have
not tension, not tension breaks. Explosive action fucking pyramid lasers and stopping giant fucking beer light kind of moments.
I think you'll have a good time.
Oh god, I don't think anyone's gonna have a good time.
Well,
we're along for the ride.
Also, oh man, you're reminding me though, because Babylonia is not gonna be until November, and it's gonna be.
Man, we got a lot of time before that.
We do. We have 5 months now. But still, it's going to be a rough time because there's going to be Christmas, which is going to be the Ishtar banner. Ishtar's going to premiere early, or maybe a little after because they might rework things. But Ishtar's going to premiere soon. Around then, there's 2 Babylonia banners with a lot of favorites like Enkidu and Castor Gil, Ketz, and fucking Gorgon.
Yeah.
And then after it, there's going to be New Year's with Musashi, and there's going to be, we can tell everyone, we won't say why, but Merlin's going to drop. Merlin's going to drop right after, in December, after the Babylonia banners.
The meta will crash.
Yeah, no, everybody's going to be hoarding all their courts for this moment. You're going to see so many of your friends Merlin. He's kind of fluffy. Maybe I'll throw some tickets. There are going to be people who are going to be what is wrong with this guy? He's only going to throw tickets at Merlin. I'm going to be I'm going to broke, guys. I had to roll for Ishtar. I'm going to be selling plasma on the street corners. That's how it works for me. You're what this, why isn't this lunatic rolling for Artoria Archer? Because I need Mordred and they're not in the same banner. I'm a simple man. I don't have a lot of 5-stars. I don't really give a flip about the 5-star parts other than the fact that some of them are super useful. That's why I love the guaranteed banner.
Man,
I'm all about the Waver's going to get a lot of fucking action. But I have been soldiering on without waiver all this time, because guess what? I want to put my quartz where I want to put my quartz. That's where I have been this entire time with this game. All right, Lucky, you need to take over with these next few bullet points, because I've been talking a lot, and they're all yours anyway.
Well, they're mine anyway. So, talking about burning servants from last week, the community actually shared opinions and stories. And it turns out, some people do just burn them with a vengeance because they just don't like the servants. Some burn them because they actually need the rare prisms for something. And hearing about the rare prisms made me think about FGO really doesn't have a good safety net for rolling. To bring up another game,
like Fire Emblem Heroes is often brought up, that actually increases your chance of an SSR every roll. So eventually, you will definitely get a 5-star.
Eventually,
they have a weird,
Grand Blue Fantasy.
rules.
They have sparking, where basically the more times you roll, you collect the resource, and if you collect so much of that resource, you just get to pick whatever character is available at that time.
Which is kind of like blank sync graphs, but way better.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like FGO, we have blank sync graphs, which you can only get once you've rolled a 6th or more copy of an SSR.
Now, it should be pointed out...
And you have to get 10 of those.
They say that you get it automatically upon rolling. You don't have to burn them to get it.
Yeah. And you still need 10 of those, and then you can pick from what is available. And
now, let's be fair. If you can actually use them, blank state graphs are fucking amazing, because they include whoever is on rate up right now. Which means you get all the story locks and all the permanents, and then if there's a limited servant, if you had 10 blank state crafts running around, you could be like, fuck this, I'm not rolling, give me that one now.
Honestly, that's the thing you do. If you're a person who somehow gets 10 blank Saint graphs, that's what you do. You just hold them. It's like, wait for it.
Hoard them.
Especially here in NA when we can predict what banners are coming.
Yeah. Like, if I had blank Saint graphs, I would be hoarding them for Ishtar right now. I'd be like, I'm not even going to roll. I'm just going to get it.
Yeah. But it's one of those things of, you should be able to purchase blank Saint graphs. I think this is something that really should be done. And you should be able to purchase them, 1 for 3 rare prisms. And I say three rare prisms because 3 rare prisms is what you get for burning an SSR servant. Mm-hmm. If you are willing to burn 10 SSR servants so you can pick a servant that you want, I think that is a fair trade. If you're willing to burn 30 SR servants for an SSR you want, I think that is a fair trade.
Because you still have to roll them, and also you're comparing to other rare prisms, and also even if you keep that you have to roll excess amounts, that also still works, because then that means you have to roll 5 of the same kind, and then instead of 10, and then burn them also. You have to expend the resources.
Honestly, I feel like that is a much better safety net that does not break the economy that they have going on, because
you still have to roll a shitload of servants.
You still have to roll a shitload of servants,
and you have to be willing to burn them. And if the light works, but there are some 4-stars who people will definitely burn. My advice for them to be, then fucking fix them. Make it so people don't see Satheno and go, ooh, rare prism, like me.
Yeah,
that's how I got my rare prism.
But it would also incite people to also buy more, because then they could roll. If they know they can buy the Saint graphs,
if they know that they could eventually convert buying quartz into the one they want specifically, it would be a lot more secure for everybody. It'd be a lot more secure for whales. They're spending quartz anyway, and you still can only get them at certain stuff. And maybe then and we could say this, maybe then you take out the nuke option, you don't let them, or limiteds are somehow different. Maybe they're more blank Saint graphs than 10.
Yeah,
still, you could adjust the economy so long as you make them more accessible. By the way, I'm going to say this. Before we talked about, we're a few weeks away from the Japan anniversary. Before they actually do something with Saint graphs at this,
that'd be amazing.
This announcement. They got to do something. They've done something big about the summoning, I think, every time.
Well, we'll see. I hope that's the case, because then we can test string NA. It's hey, we need that right now.
And hey, we might get it early because they've done that. I think the upgrade to bonus quartz was last year in Japan.
Oh, okay.
So we are ahead of schedule in many regards.
So one on the last piece. Apparently, anytime I start an actual conversation and this runs away from me,
I will say this.
This
I think
happened
this is
several
any time we start a conversation, because this has definitely happened to me a couple of times this week, too.
Yeah. Basically this week, I was basically just talking about how to be adding new common and uncommon servers to the pool, and it eventually turned into an out of control discussion about how OP Merlin is. So I'd like to make a law. I'll call it Lucky's Law, and it goes as such. Any conversation related to FGO will eventually break down into how OP Merlin is, no matter what. Because that's what seriously, we started with just talking about servants.
Mm-hmm.
And like what
talking
servants
about mechanics of servants and like rarity and stuff. Like why don't they make new bronze servants?
And then we started talking about meta, the buster meta, the crit meta. Then we went into like how we don't need new servants because we have Merlin. That's all anyone ever needs. And then they just start going into the specifics of Merlin and how he works and how he works with other servants. And I'm just all like, again, we've evolved into Merlin. It's like Godwin's Law for FGO.
Such Lin.
So, another point for me, I forgot to mention this last week, but make sure to check out today's menu with Emiya Family. It came out last Sunday, and it is the best therapy. UFO Table really pulls out the stops with the animation, and it's amazing. It's the theme park episode, water park. It's good.
You would think, oh, this is just their happy-go-lucky slice of life anime. No, the UFO flexed some muscles. They were like, oh, we heard you like Fate animation, and just they brought it a little. Also,
they brought it, and they brought it in multiple areas.
So yeah,
they brought it in several areas, just like the water slide scene.
Artoria at all times is fucking adorable.
At all times, I find it hilarious. Like her line from Fate Zero, it's like, no body of water can beat me. And then you just pan over to her at this water park, being super excited and super surprised at everything. It's like, oh my god, Artoria, you are so goddamn precious. I am healed. It is very healing.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, there's Ryder in bikini. And hey, Ku and Archer show up.
I honestly don't know why they do this from a design perspective, but they don't show Archer's face.
I think
like,
it's very
you always
deliberate.
see him from the back.
Like if they went all in on Archer, it would automatically make menu too serious.
That makes sense.
Like if you acknowledge him at all as a real person, it's too much. It's too real.
Oh man, but the scene is still too much anyway. Poor Shiro. You might be a mage, but goddamn, you're still a fleshy meat sack.
Tries to fucking clean his clock with a volleyball. And he's like, I missed. I'm like, hold on. What did I just hear?
Apparently Archer still got some baggage.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, it's great. You should check it out. The screen gaps and the GIFs, I'm sure that'll come out in a little. Mm-hmm. Alright, so at a firm hour and 40 minutes. Let's move into, do we want to do our servant spotlight? We can say the Wit of St. George, but do you think we should skip it till next time?
I think we should skip it till next time.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna have a slow week this week.
Probably. There's not. Yeah, because we've got until the 13th, which is next Friday. So we will probably have like just the first announcements of the next Lostbelt chapter, which will obviously have to be filtered through being translated into Japanese and out of Japanese, I should say, and stuff. So we'll have some new stuff, but we probably won't have a lot of news from us because we'll have like another 4 or 5 days left.
Yeah, we're gonna be mid-end. We're gonna be mid-anniversary. Camelot still. We might have the next Camelot banner up.
But that's not gonna be anything like new yet.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll save that. Do we also want to save story time then?
Yay!
I said, do we want to save story time then?
Yeah, let's save story time.
Right,
I want you people to get excited for story time.
For story time. We've got a new segment coming up. Also, that's good because I would have to deliver it, and I'm running out of steam. It's almost midnight here. Let's move into meme of the week.
Meme of the week. This one's from me because things got serious for a bit. But meme of the week is heavy talks must be done without pants. This is very important. Basically what happened is in the Discord in front of everybody, because I like to air out my laundry in front of people because I'm a pervert. I basically had to like confront Omega about some of the, not just some, how do I want to put this? I don't want to like out it. Just the recent interactions we've been having.
Okay,
And
I
we
can
both
say
were
it,
like,
because it was you aimed it at me. You expressed your concern and even dislike of some of the interactions we'd had. Like you felt like I had been a little seriously harsh on you a couple of times.
Yeah.
Which and then we had it out and we had this conversation like that wasn't my intent, you know. And we should say this. We've said this before, but we'll say this again. Guys, the show is not real life, and we grossly exaggerate ourselves for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So
but at the
if
same time, it's
if
like,
it sounds like I'm being a little too serious with Lucky, hopefully it's all in jest. And like even then, we talked about this too. Like we have our deep cuts back and forth, even if we don't mean them. But that's just the way it be.
But the interesting thing is like Omega like had just woken up at that time, had not put on pants, hadn't even had breakfast, and me, I had just gone out of shower myself. So we're both sitting here typing at each other without pants on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those things that stuck with me. It's all like, you can't have pants while doing this.
I think, and
it was great
had,
because
we had the exact same thought.
Like right when we ended, I said, "All right, kids, mommy and daddy are done fighting. You can come out now."
Because everybody had been dead silent, and I was like, I was just gonna say the same thing. Holy shit, great minds. Which I think says a lot about how actually like close we are. Like we think
like,
the same dumb jokes.
The full saying is, great minds think alike, but fools rarely differ. So yeah, we are on the same page for a lot of things, but we're not identical. We're gonna have differences, opinions, and mindsets at times. Mm-hmm. And this is what I like to tell people: if you don't fight with your friends, I don't think you're having as good of a friendship as you can, because friends fight. They're gonna have conflicts of ideas. If you get along with everything they going on, one of you's holding back,
or you just have a weird interpersonal relationship. Because let's be real, that's kind of weird. If you are just if your entire mindset is just a carbon copy of someone's, that's a little weird.
That's a little weird.
Not even identical twins are actually that close.
Yeah, so I think it's important that you have conflict with your friends, not to fight just for fight's sake, but so you can make sure there's no misunderstandings. You can understand what pages you're on, and you can understand each other that much better. Because like as much as like the Discord thought like we were like going at it, but no, we were actually just calm. It was like, no, is something going on, dude? I'm like,
okay, hold on, wait, you're making me think. I haven't had coffee yet. Was I actually what was I trying to say?
Yeah, and so I like pulled up clips and stuff and showed them. And it's like, yeah, this, and this. Like,
oh, okay, all right. I get you. Now you're making me think about it. Yeah, I probably could have said that better, or like, no, that wasn't my intent.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, that wasn't your intent. Check.
All right, that's all we need.
So it's like, sometimes sometimes friends need to sit down and be like, you have to take a. Oh God, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's not empathy. It's well, you have to just like take a moment to sit down and try to understand each other. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening. Meme of the week got real for a second there, but whatever.
Wait, I mean, it turned into a joke, which I think says us a lot. And to talk about memes and stuff and like jokes, I think it is also very important. Like you got to have that contention. You have to be able to like laugh at yourself, mm-hmm. And that's what friends are good for. Your real friend will tell you when you're being dumb and silly, and will laugh at you a little. And like that's how you know it's okay. Mm-hmm. Like you should be able to laugh at things.
Laughing is good.
And theoretically, you should be able to cry at things, but some people don't cry.
I cry a lot.
It's okay. We could joke that you do the crying for both of us.
I probably.
And do. I should also, especially after this, I should really say I don't mean that in a bad way. People seem to actually really enjoy how emotive and expressive you are, Lucky.
I don't get that.
Which you
don't
understand.
I will say though,
and sometimes I don't understand, but the audience seems to like it. So I'm like, hey, they like you for who you are, buddy.
I don't know, it was hilarious earlier. Someone, we were watching the live stream, we were getting ready to watch the live stream, and I was working on. Someone asked me how the dartboard is, and I just went in a full-on tirade, and the entire chat just died.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, everybody, here's your live Lucky rants."
That's still gonna be a thing once we hit $100 on Patreon.
Oh, by the way,
speaking of which, why don't you take us in the goddamn...
Yeah, we'll go into the outro, but I should say, hey, shout out, we got 700 subs now. Last time was for 600, this is for 700. We didn't do anything special because it happened real fast, but...
Yeah, it did. I didn't even know until Voice... Yeah, I didn't even know the Voice said.
Voice is taking a little bit of a personal interest in watching our subs grow, which is cool. And I know he said stuff like that. He once... Voice has said that he's all about like what he finds as higher quality FGO content. So he obviously wants to be popular to do more stuff, but like he likes what we do, so he obviously wants us to be more popular too, which is why I assume why he keeps hanging out with us. Also, just he likes the show, but you know what I mean, right?
He likes the cut of our jib.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he is like, he has definitely been our minder as to our sub count a couple of times over the past few days, even though I think he was still at AX when he said that.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. I hope his panel went well. I heard it was packed.
Yeah, I did too.
It filled
Holy
up.
shit. Tell you right now, everyone convince Voice to go to SakuraCon and have a panel so I can crash it with a pry bar. I will totally do that.
It may have to be a rubber pry bar with like a big or a big piece bond on it, so people know.
Something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Do they make toy chisels?
I'm pretty sure they do, and I'm pretty
sure.
If not, I'm pretty sure I can figure out something.
Yeah, you can bring like a
figure out.
Tonka Toys like tool set in, your dumb plastic hammer and chisel. That fits perfectly.
Yeah, it fits perfectly.
That's the quality of our jokes here. But yeah, no.
Tonka
So
Toys.
we're over 700 subs. That's a big deal. And remember, it's not important just that you sub, but obviously that's cool. But like, remember to tell your friends too. Like, let other people who you think would like the show know. You know, bring them in. And that's always really important because we're getting real close to that 1,000 subs mark, which is the cutoff for YouTube partnership, which would be really good for us to start getting monetization flowing on some of our videos. And
man.
just enhance us.
Yeah, no. Ooh.
It's good. It's good for us. So I think that ends the show up. We already told you that next week we're probably going to talk. We're going to do our Servant Spotlight on St. George. We're going to do a new segment. Also, I should point out, I don't know if we'll do it right away on that day, but we are running our monthly topic poll for patrons to speak of our Patreon. So everybody at the $5 level can vote. I think most of those you can't have, but hey, you never know. You can sign up and vote. This is for our Teach Me Omega Sensei segment, which is where we do more expositional or like lore-related topics. So we only have 2 options this week because nobody's given us suggestions. So please give us your suggestions for stuff. Otherwise, we'll have to change it. But we've got 7 days left, so we probably won't do it next week. We'll give it a little time to grow. But that's the thing that's going on. You should be aware of. And of course, in all of our normal outro stuff, please remember to like this video if you like it. Leave any comments you have in the comment section down below. We love comments. We get a lot now. We got a fairly robust number of commenters, but it's always good to see you. And we have directly enjoyed your responses to some of our thoughts and stuff before, and even mentioned them on the show. About the burning thing earlier, that we got a lot of feedback about that. And we've got a lot of feedback about Lucky talking about spending habits and other stuff. So, do that. Don't forget, if you're new here, to subscribe. And even if you are already subscribed, don't forget to that bell for notifications, because that is the best way to make sure you know right when we post a video right away. Which is also important because, God knows, my sleep schedule's a little goofed up, so we're not super timely. There's not like a machine running this.
Yeah.
It's just me in my home office posting videos when I wake up. That's how I start my day. I post video. I post videos and I see what's going on with the community. I'm dedicated to the craft. So don't forget to do that. And you can also get access to us and know exactly when we're doing stuff by supporting us on Patreon. I said it at the front of the show. You can get this episode early and downloadable for just $1 a month. It's a great deal. Literally change per episode, because we do 4 in a month, and we usually do more stuff. And sometime here we'll figure out that slice of life thing. We got to find some time for that, because obviously stuff's going on with our life. So, but we'll figure it out. We're always looking to get you guys more content. You can also get access to episodes early, special Discord integrations, lots of other stuff. Get your name in some credits.
Booyah!
So consider it. It really helps us out. And if you can't support us month to month, you can also ask. We can provide you just a one-time donation link, or you can consider buying our merch. We have several shirts and stuff that are available. We're also always exploring more merch designs. We'll get some stuff to you, and I think most of them are really they're really neat. And we'll have more stuff, and we'll get you some cool stuff someday, and you can enjoy. And yeah, that's Let's Stuff FGO. We're not sorry that this has been nearly 2 hours, because we know you love it.
Oh my goodness, my butt hurts.
Yeah. Do you want to just end it there?
No.
Your butt hurts. My butt hurts. Everybody's butt hurts.
Yeah, I want some cake now too.
Cake. That's where we'll wrap up. Cake.